I'm going to share with you guys a short sequence of some standing postures. Standing postures are amazing for your flexibility, alignment, near the pelvic area, the hamstrings, and just really gets you into feeling good. And it's a core part of yoga, our standing postures. So I'm going to come up to my mat here, starting in Tadasana. I'm going to add a little hop. I'm facing you guys head on. So I'm going to start turning. You're going to turn your right leg, okay? Back foot, right foot 90 degrees. Back foot rotated in about 15 degrees. And we'll start with Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle. Inhale, I create length. Exhale, I reach towards the wall. Most of the time, first I'm going to start with my hand to the shin, keeping my other hand extended. Eventually, on the exhale, I'm going to take it a little bit lower. If I can, trying to keep my body in one plane. If my neck bothers me, I might gaze at the ground, but otherwise I'm going to gaze up at the fingertips or straight ahead. Breathing into that back left hip. We'll stay here several breaths. Breathing into the back hip and the foot. Inhale, root and rise. Adjusting, and now I'm going to turn my left foot 90 degrees, rotate that back foot in 15 degrees. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, I'm reaching towards my fence, hand to my shin, keeping the body in one plane. Many of us simply going to stay here, drawing the top ribs back, bottom ribs forward. Some of us are going to come a little bit lower. Breathing into the back hip, into the back leg. Stay here, 3 more breaths. Inhale, root and rise. Coming back to Prasarita stance, cleansing breath together. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. We're going to work on extended angle, Utthita Parsvakonasana, which really kind of comes into deep flexibility throughout the back foot, the back leg, the back hips, the crown of the head. Everything is in Utthita Parsvakonasana. So we're going to turn that right leg into Warrior Two. The back foot comes back a few inches from extended triangle. So here we are, Warrior Two. I'm gazing over my right hand here, your right hand. On the exhale, we're going to draw the right elbow or shoulder kind of inside the knee, creating length. Many of us stay 6 o'clock arms, but some of us, we're going to grow the pose from the back foot, through the hips, through the crown of the head, through the fingertips, and often I rotate my pinky in, drawing length in my entire body. We'll stay here, 5 breaths. Inhale, root and rise. 5-point stance, cleansing breath. Adjusting your left foot here, coming into Virabhadrasana to Warrior Two. Drawing the left elbow or shoulder inside the knee. Many of us will stay 6 o'clock arms and we'll stay right here, but some of us may grow the pose from the back foot, through the hips, through the crown of the head and the fingertips, elongating, rotating your torso, opening the side body. Three more breath cycles. Inhale, rise. Cleansing breath together in our 5-point stance. Inhale. Exhale. And now we're going to go to a little more complex posture. We're going to take the back leg and rotate it internally. So we're going to do a revolved crescent moon pose. We're going to come to the edges of the mat here. And we're going to root through the four corners of the right leg, drawing the left leg up, just stumbling onto balance just a bit. Stepping that left leg back in crescent moon here. So we're on the ball of the back foot. We're going to have the right hand on the right hip. On the exhale, we're going to work on drawing that back left leg inward a bit. Taking the left elbow, and for many of us, can we draw the elbow and shoulder outside the right knee? And then when you do that, you leverage your torso, you lift it. Many of us are simply going to stay here. Some of us are going to grow the pose, but still connecting to that back leg. And some of us may grow the pose even more. Notice how I leverage and lift my torso, rotating that armpit in, rotating that pinky in. The back leg rotates inward, and the torso really rotates. Bottom ribs forward, the top back ribs back. Right hand on the hip. If we can, transition out of that back pose. Maybe here we frame the foot. We step back into Phalakasana. Whatever your flow is, I like to do Chaturanga, pulling my sternum and chest forward. Inhale, up dog, active legs, shoulder blades down the back ribs. Exhale, come into Adho Mukha, down dog. We'll stay here, 3 more breaths. Inhale, exhale through the nose. Walk those hands back and the feet towards each other. Inhale, sternum and chest forward. Exhale, come into forward fold. 3 breaths. Inhale, Swan Dive up. Exhale, heart centered. I'm going to try to adjust my screen just a tiny bit here. Good. So now we come to the edge of the mat here. We're going to root through the 4 corners of the left foot here. We're going to draw that right knee up, stumbling on balance, stumbling on strike. Stepping that right leg back, crescent moon. This is where I come onto the pinky toe of my back leg. And I think about rotating that back leg inward just a bit, balance and strength. Left hand on my hip. Inhale, lengthen. Revolving the torso. Exhale, bringing my right elbow or my shoulder just outside of the left knee here. Hand to the hip for stability. Many of us stay here. Think about that back leg rotating inward. Some of us come into prayer and elongate the torso. Lift it off the thigh a bit. If we can, some of us are going to grow the pose from the back foot through the hips. Rotate that pinky in. Elongate. Rotate the torso. 5 breaths. Transition, hand on the hip. Inhale, root and rise. Beautiful. Frame the foot. Exhale into Chaturanga Dandasana, or whatever our flow is. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 5 breaths. Press through the palms, shoulders down the back ribs. Firm those thighs. Heels in line with the pinky toes. Unplug the hands, walk the feet towards each other. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Two more breaths. Inhale, swan dive up. Open the chest, open the heart. Exhale, heart center. Beautiful. So I just wanted to share with you guys a short little segment of some standing postures, and just to kind of add to some of the things that we've been building on for our class. And now you'll probably get on to the next part of the flow. Thanks, guys.